you know when you've received a text from a friend and you read it and you thought about responding and then you didn't. And then maybe a couple of times you think, oh, I'll respond to that text later. And then it goes like maybe a week, you're starting to think, it's possibly a little bit awkward to text back now. You get to 2 weeks. Can I ever text this person again? Slowly drift apart because you didn't text them back that one time. That's kind of how I've felt over the past however many weeks it's been with you guys. You guys are like the friend I forgot to text back. It's kind of got to the point now where I feel like it's been too long since I actually sat down and filmed a proper video. And I've been keeping the weirdest hours. So when I feel like I want to pick up the camera and talk to you, it's usually 3 a.m. That's my most motivated time. That's when I'm like full of ideas and I'm usually lying in bed trying to get to sleep, like alive with productive energy. Currently I feel like I could get the most out of my time if I was just entirely nocturnal. And then when it comes to daytime, I'm doing other things and then I'm just tired and I'm like, oh, I'll do it tomorrow. And so, although I have a huge list of things that I would like to talk to you guys about, in terms of content, a haul is just about the easiest thing that you can film. And I have 2 Primark trips worth of stuff to show you. And even that, I'm not doing it. I'm not sitting down, turning on the camera and doing it. And I'm not sure what it is. I'm not sure what the block is. I think I probably needed a little bit of time, and I'll get into that probably in another video, some vlogs. Also vlogs, I have started so many vlogs. I've got so many clips of the past month that maybe at some point I'll kind of edit together and piece together and give you kind of a vague overview of what I've been doing recently. But yeah, the main purpose of this was I've just finished work. It's Thursday night. It is 10:43, and again, full of energy. At this time, I should probably be going to bed, but actually, I'm going to go downstairs and I'm going to make some concrete jars and pour some candles, which has taken over my life, honestly. But I was just thinking, I was kind of in the mood to film something. Obviously, it's not really convenient to do that right now. I don't want to have to set up all the lights. Don't want to be very loud because there's sleeping people in my house right now. But I felt like I had to do it or I may never do it again. And I don't want this to just be something that I did for 13 years and then one day I didn't do it for too long and then I stopped doing it forever. Because I've always said I would miss this so much if I didn't do this. Like it's not something that I ever want to give up completely. Maybe I'm coming to a time now where I'm not going to keep up the volume of videos that I used to make. And maybe I'm kind of holding myself to a standard that it's not for me anymore. I need to actually pull back and maybe it's a 1 video a week situation. I don't know. But I definitely don't want it to be a no videos a week situation. I have had some messages from you guys, which is so lovely. I mean, I don't want anyone to ever worry about me. That's crazy, but it's lovely to think that there are some of you that have wondered where I am, let alone worried that there might be something wrong. I've not been in the world's most fantastic headspace, but I'm fine. Pretty much fine. I will kind of go into it more in another video, but I am weaning myself off my antidepressants and the side effects are bizarre. I think that's probably why I'm keeping such strange hours and having the craziest dreams. I talked about this while I was going into the antidepressants. Now I'm coming off them. The dreams, if anything, might be crazier. And I don't think that what I was on is necessarily what I needed to be on. This is for another video, but my anxious feelings at night are like off the charts. The problem with that is I don't know. It's hard because we're launching a new business, my friend and I. It's probably normal. This would be an anxious time anyway, but because I'm also weaning myself off my antidepressants, it's like, I think that's probably made me all the more anxious. So yeah, I'm kind of in a bit of a strange place, but I always am. And honestly, I was kind of getting to the point where I was sick of hearing myself talk about, oh, I'm feeling in a bit of a strange mood. At what point is that just who you are? At what point does the strange mood last so long? I'm feeling a bit out of sorts. At what point does out of sorts actually just become like, oh, this is normal. This is just my baseline. So I just was kind of getting a little bit sick of myself, truthfully. And then I got kind of distracted with other things, and I think it was probably a needed break. I do want to really think about the kind of content that I want to make on YouTube moving forward, because I do want to talk about makeup. I want to talk about all the stuff that I enjoy, but I think I wear makeup so much less than I used to wear makeup. Skincare is still a real passion. Those of you who have been kind of in any way connecting with me for the past couple of months will know my skin has been really awful. And I will say, since I've been weaning myself off my antidepressants, so much clearer. I mean, this is kind of the leftovers, but I had really, for me, severe acne here all the time, constantly. I'm someone who feels fairly confident going makeup free most of the time, and I just didn't at all. I wasn't wearing makeup, but I didn't feel confident in my skin at all for a couple of months, really. And I completely appreciate some people have to live with that all the time, but this was a really unusual thing for me. So I literally wasn't feeling happy in my skin. But all that, suffice to say, love a tangent. I do still want to talk to you guys about, these are products that I'm using, these are things that I'm enjoying. But I think I'm over the point of I want to buy all these new things to review. I don't really want to, at this point, if I fall back into the trap of I have to focus on these things, what kind of video ideas do I have? I write down video ideas and then I go, right, well, what kind of products do I need for those? I don't want to do that. I don't want to make content and have to buy products for that content just because I've thought, oh, that might be a good video. Like a friend of mine recently contacted me. She messaged me and said, oh, I've seen this thing. This would be a really good series. And it was all about like own brand makeup. And I totally agree. It would be a great series, but I would write that on a list and then I'd be like, okay, what do I need for this series? And then I'd go out and buy hundreds of pounds worth of makeup and skincare and whatever else just to make these videos. And I'm not, it wouldn't be coming from an organic place, it wouldn't be coming from a place of, oh, I bought all these things because I was really interested. It would be, I bought all these things because I wanted to make a video about these things, and I'm over that. And I feel like maybe we as viewers, because I watch less and less makeup content these days, but I think we're kind of all over that, aren't we? No, maybe. Is it just me? I just want to watch people talking about what they're interested in, and I'm less interested in full face of this or these products under this amount of money, because it's kind of like clickbaity, headliney stuff, that like TikTok stuff for me. And that's just not, I'm not that audience anymore. The audience that I am is tell me what you're really interested in. Little snippets of your life. Could be about anything. It doesn't have to be about one. I don't need a 10 ways you do X, I don't know. It's kind of an awkward age as well. to be on social media. I've said for a little while, I think that it's kind of like I feel over 40, you know your audience and your audience knows you. I'm like pitching to a certain kind of person. Over 40, this is a lifestyle, this is what I'm doing, this is my age, we've got a new audience here. I'm in a strange, I've always been in a bit of a strange kind of, my children are a little bit older, but I'm like late 30s. Other people that are late 30s maybe have younger children. I don't really know how to market myself. And to be completely honest, I don't enjoy that part of YouTube. I don't want to have to sell myself. I've always found that uncomfortable. I'm horrible at self-promotion, and it's just not fun. I said recently I downloaded Threads. I don't know if any of you have been in any way interested, because I completely understand it's another social platform. Might not be for you, it's not for a lot of people. I would say if you were ever interested in Twitter was my main social platform for quite a lot of years. I was prolific. Constantly, my every thought was on Twitter. I loved it. I ended up leaving Twitter specifically because I was getting into arguments. I was getting into arguments with just random strangers. Loved it. It was like it was genuinely something that I thought I enjoyed. I was like, this person said this and I don't agree with them. And one day I got into an argument with someone who I actually quite liked. And I remember stepping back and thinking, what happened there? Like, I don't think I cared that much about this thing. Like, why did I even, why were we arguing about this? We're in the same place. We're coming at this from the same place. What is happening? And I realized at that point, this is not a good space for me. It was kind of dragging me down and bringing out the very worst in me, and definitely was not making me feel great about anything. I quit kind of cold turkey, never went back, didn't miss it. Then Threads come along. It's like old school Twitter. Threads is like 2012 Twitter. If you enjoyed it back then, I think you would really enjoy this. I'm not saying you need to have another social platform, but for those of us who really enjoy Twitter and you either left or have been wanting to leave, this is for you. If you've never been that person, if you're like a Facebook, Instagram, even TikTok person, Threads is probably not for you. This is really, it's for Twitter people, tweeters. And I have been so enjoying that. And I said when I first joined that, I've been kind of falling out of love with all the other social platforms recently, because it's all felt so algorithmy, and there's a trick to doing this, and you have to do this, and you have to have a strategy, and I don't enjoy that. I don't want to have to do anything, really, that's the truth of it. I think the reason that I have done this for as long as I have is joy, pure, actual joy. I love this. This is what I enjoy. Pick up the camera. This is how it always was. It's not even a camera, it's my iPhone. I pick up my phone, talk to you guys, I post it, and it's out in the world and people respond. The engagement with real people on like a real level, that is what this is all about for me. And the whole thing of it being, you have to do this and you have to do that, and if you don't play the game, your videos won't go out to people. And I've seen that. The back end, you get to see all of your analytics as a creator, and my views are lower than ever, but I can also see that YouTube is showing such a tiny percentage of people my videos compared to what they used to. Like, the difference is enormous. Financially, I was talking to someone this week, because financially, the crazy thing is, I'm now making more money on YouTube than I did when my views were double. I don't understand it. It's kind of crazy to me, because creator to creator, people make vastly different sums of money. One person might make £500 on a video with 10,000 views. Another person gets 10,000 views and they make £50. It's all about the advertisers bidding for advertising on, oh, I was using my laptop as lighting. It's all about the advertisers bidding for kind of places, and they decide which of those creators have the most valuable audience for them. So it's not about views, it's about engaged viewers. And I think you guys, I have a small community of people who still watch regularly, and you must appear to be valuable to an advertiser. So it's not a financial thing, because this is how I would kind of explain, because it would be, you can't say it's not about money at all, because of course money is a factor in anything. If someone's saying you can get paid to do this, you're not going to say, well, I don't want to get paid. That would be a lie for me to tell you that. But how I would explain it is, if YouTube contacted me and said, we're going to give you this amount of money per month, you just make 3 videos a week, that's all we want you to do, and you are guaranteed this amount of money per month. And it's like, it could be loads and loads and loads of money, whatever it is. It could be like £10,000 a month, £20,000 a month, whatever. This is how much money we're going to give you. All you need to do is make these videos, but nobody is going to see them. I couldn't do it. You could maybe do it for like a couple of months, but that would be soul destroying. In theory, it's a great deal. Guaranteed income. All you need to do is make the videos. But if you're making the videos, either if you're making the videos for the wrong reasons, you're making the videos because, oh, I think this is what people want to watch, but you're not really interested in what you're doing, or you're spending a lot of time making a video and then hardly anyone's actually seeing it. Either or, it doesn't fill you up in the same way. I'm sure some people are different. I'm just not as financially motivated. Obviously everybody needs money, and it's great, it's great to have more money, but that isn't a measure of success for me. Success is more about feeling fulfilled and coming away feeling good about something. Recently I've made some videos I feel really good about. I'm really proud of them. Not a lot of people watched them, but the people who did engage with them and did leave comments made me feel great about them, because it felt like they really got what I was trying to say in those videos. And although not a lot of people watched, I still felt fulfilled by that experience, because I spent time doing that. I felt really good about putting it out there. I was proud about it. And then the people that responded understood it, and that is more valuable to me than me doing a Primark shop with me and 50,000 people watching it. Just 50,000 strangers being like, love Primark. Because that is the reason that I do the Primark shop with me videos, is because it boosts some views. Like, I would usually get more views on those kind of videos. And honestly, I'm really getting bored of that kind of stuff. I'm really getting bored of making videos just because I think, oh, people will watch this. I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that anymore. I want to make videos that I want to make. I want to pick up the camera when I feel like picking up the camera and tell you about something I'm really excited about, whatever it is. Maybe it's makeup. I mean, in all honesty, it's probably going to be wax or fragrances of some kind at the moment, because that's literally all encompassing. I cannot tell you the number of candles I've made in the last month. But again, that's for another video. But I want to talk more about mental health. I've had a real big development in my NHS journey recently. And I've really enjoyed those kind of essay style videos that I've done, like kind of the voiceover things as well. I really like that, like kind of vlogs, but a bit more put together and a little bit more creative. We're about to go on holiday, and I'd really like to make some kind of travel content, vlogs really, but just really spend the time to make them more creative. I'd like to share more of this small business journey that my friend Karen and I are embarking on, because like I say, it is kind of all consuming at the moment, but it's also really quite interesting to me, and I've been watching a lot of content that is about that. So I know there's an audience for that content because I am that audience. And just as when I first originally started my YouTube channel way back when, I think that passion and interest just comes through the screen when someone is really interested in the thing that they're talking about. I don't think it's important necessarily to focus too much on whether or not that thing will be popular, so much as, are you interested in it? I've always given that advice to people when they've said, I want to start a blog, or I mean, nobody's starting a blog in 2023, but way back when, I want to start some kind of online presence. What do you think I should do? Never ever start with money or numbers of any kind in mind. I want this amount of followers or this amount of money. Start with what you're interested in. Don't think, oh, I want to make a beauty channel. Do you? Are you really that interested in that? Is there something else you're interested in more? Make sure it's something that you are really, really passionate about, because whatever it might be, I mean, it's been 13 years, things change. I'm still very interested in talking about makeup and skincare, but I don't want that to be like the be all and end all, and I've got to completely focus this on that. I want to be able to talk about other things as well, and that just be like that's just a part of it, but it's so much more interesting for you if you talk about things that you're interested in, Anyway, this has gone so much longer than I thought. I thought this was going to be like 3 minutes long. Can you tell I've missed this? I thought it was going to be 3 minutes long, and I was just going to say, listen, here I am, I'm still alive. Everything's cool. Everything's cool. I'm just tired, I think. I'm just tired, and I feel like I'm repeating myself, because there's been a couple of times over the past couple of years where I've taken a little break, not as long as this. This is maybe the longest ever. Taking a little break and been like, I think, I need to do this, and I've just not stuck with it. I think I probably get a little bit of fear, and then I just go back to what I was doing before. I probably am a little fearful to completely, it's almost like starting over, to just say, I just don't want to do that anymore. I want to do something completely different, and really commit to only making videos that I'm interested in. I think I'll think, oh, I'm going to do this now, and then I panic and make a Primark video. I mean, don't get me wrong, I probably am still going to give you a Primark haul and stuff like that, as and when, occasionally, if I'm vlogging and I happen to go into Primark. But there's been definite times, many times over the years, where I've specifically gone to Primark to make a video, and I just don't want to do that anymore. Anything where I think like I'm only going there to make a video, it's just not the way I want to live my life anymore. It's not what I want to spend my time doing. I want to make a video because I'm doing something that I find really interesting and I want to share it with you. I don't want to go and buy a load of stuff so that I can do a haul so that I can make a video. I think that I've kind of got it. Well, I haven't got it twisted so much as I've been indoctrinated into thinking that that's the way that you need to do this. And after 13 years, I think I'm starting to feel some confidence in myself. Maybe it's as I'm nearing 40, just got 2.5 years to go. I think I'm starting to feel confident in myself, and just thinking, maybe it's the same as like we don't worry about what people think of us so much as we get older. Like, you just want to live for yourself. You want to make yourself happy first. Like, you want to actually do the things that you enjoy and worry less about whether or not that suits other people. Something that really stood out to me from a therapy session that I had a couple of months ago was I was talking about this. It wasn't YouTube related, it was like family related. Not to be specific, but it was. And she said to me, do you want it to say on your like tombstone, here lies Michaela, she made so and so happy? And that really stuck with me. I thought about it a lot since she said it, because it applies to so many different things. Like, why are so many of us living to make other people happy? And do we even realize that we're doing it? For me, I'm so aware of other people's emotions, and I don't want to rock the boat. I don't want to make anybody sad or upset. Or, I mean, the anxiety that I'm feeling right now about our product launch. We sent out some products this week. I mean, I must have slept 4 hours in as many days. I'm having nightmares that people are contacting us and saying the products are bad. Let's say that was true. That's not a terrible thing. It's not worth losing sleep over. It's not. And yet I'm so affected by other people being unhappy with me that I'm losing sleep over something. Really, in the grand scheme of things, that is very, very trivial and hasn't happened. Again, I was never, ever someone who worried about things like that hadn't happened yet. I used to say to people all the time, oh my God, why are you worried about, like, hasn't even happened? What, you're just making things up to be worried about. I was never anxious. And I think I've got more and more anxious as I've gotten older. And I just really pinpointing and identifying through that one thing that the therapist said, that so much of that anxiety comes down to worrying that other people will be upset with me in some way, worrying that I'm making them annoyed or just anything. I want everyone to like me, which I hate about myself, but I want everyone to like me, and I want nobody to be angry with me. And that's just not reasonable. It's just not reasonable. And I'm steadily letting go of that. And I really feel with all my soul that the day that I truly do not care what anybody else thinks about me, and I'm not talking about on the internet, I'm talking about anyone, the day that I don't care what anybody thinks of me will be the happiest day of my life. And I think that goes for a lot of us. It's definitely something I'm working on. But that really does feed into, like, what am I doing? Why? Especially since the YouTube algorithm is not even showing people the videos. So I'm like putting a lot of time into things, spending money, making videos, like, ooh, I know, like, I'll do this and I'll spend all this time making this video. And then YouTube doesn't show it to people anyway. So what am I doing? What I should be doing is what I want. What I should be talking about is what I want to talk about. Let's just talk about the stuff that I'm interested in, because I will enjoy that. I will want to talk about that. And as we all know, it's nice to hear someone who is passionately talking about something. Honestly, there's certain people that I would just listen to, like, while I'm living my life. Maybe one of you is doing this right now. Well, I mean, we're like 28 minutes in. There's no way you're like actively watching this video. Maybe I am that person for you. You just watch in the background, listen in the background. You're just doing something. You're living your life. You know, you're cleaning your kitchen, you're doing whatever, and I'm just talking in the background. You don't really care what I'm talking about. So why wouldn't I talk about what I'm interested in? I find it so much more engaging to listen to someone talk about something they're interested in. And, you know, interests change, and I think that it's time to just really commit to that. Now, that's not why I've been gone. Honestly, I just lost all motivation. This is part of the reason that I decided to wean myself off my antidepressants as well, because I just don't care about anything. We're about to go to Disney in August, and my greatest anxiety over the past couple of months has been that I'm going to stand in the happiest place on earth and be like, it's just nothing. So I don't know how realistically whether or not how I'm gonna feel when we get there. But I just kind of had a moment of panic a few weeks ago and was like, I'm just gonna try and wean myself off these, because if I can feel a little bit more myself while we're on holiday, that would be great. Obviously it's a tough road to get there. But I really did feel, I just started to kind of feel numb to everything. And so I didn't want to make a video because I just didn't care about anything. I didn't care about anything. I couldn't pick up a product and be like, oh my God, because I just didn't care. I just didn't care. There's been some products over the past few weeks that I've been like, oh, I really like this. But I just don't think I've had it in me to be that enthusiastic about anything. I will hopefully over the next few weeks. Maybe I'll go away now for like 6 months, who knows, but hopefully over the next few weeks I will get it together, put myself back on a normal filming schedule. I'm hopeful now. This feels like I've kind of opened the door again. I've texted the friend and I've said I'm really sorry, I thought I'd responded. Anyway, here's me. I've kind of broken the ice so that I can just come back with a regular video. I've been saving empties for about 6 months thinking I'm going to do an empties every month, and then I just don't do it. So I will at some point kind of just briefly run through all the things that I have been enjoying, because there've been some really, really good products, but I just didn't care enough to tell you. But yeah, okay, we're 31 minutes in. There's no way anyone's still watching, so I'm gonna call it a day. It is now 11:15. I'm gonna go downstairs and make some concrete candle jars. Oh, this is one of our beautiful concrete candles right in the back here. Let me just bring it over for you. Isn't it beautiful? Isn't it beautiful? We officially launched on the 29th of July. We have had a couple of kind of soft launch moments where we did, it was incredible. We sold out in a few hours, and it gave us the opportunity to kind of get to grips with our website and shipping details and, just all of the stuff. So I was glad that we did that, like a limited run. But because we sold out, we were like, okay, we really need to figure out stock. And then this past couple of weeks, we just put a few candles out for the people who were really eagle-eyed. And then on the 29th, we fully launch. We've got wax melts, we've got the concrete candles, and I have these tiny little tins. This is burned now. These smells amazing. This burns for 12 to 15 hours, which is nuts. Also, all the candles made out of coconut soy wax. Everything's super premium, luxury, handmade, completely. This entire thing was made by me. I make the candle jar. I wait several days for it completely dry out. Seal the inside. I seal the outside. Sand the whole thing down. I pour and blend the wax. I must have made 150 candles before I made one that I sold. This has been a real labour of love, but I have so enjoyed it. But that's for another time. I do have some snippets that I'm going to put together for a vlog. And it's just kind of over-facing me. And in the back of my mind, I'm like, oh, I've got to... It becomes overwhelming because I don't know where to start. So this is it. This is me starting. I'm sorry I've been gone. That's why. I appreciate the concern. I just haven't been here. I'm sorry. But I will. I'm committing to you now. Minimum of a video a week. Maybe 2. We'll see how we go. And I'm going to get back into vlogging because for sure I want to vlog our trip in August. We watch our travel vlogs back all the time. We really enjoy those as like home movies. But I'm going to... I want to spend more time on each video, be a little bit more creative with them, have a little bit more fun, and feel less like, oh, I've got to churn the videos out. I've got to do this. This video will be really popular. let's pretend that I don't care about any of that, and I'm gonna commit. This is me now. For the rest of the year, I'm only going to post videos that I feel like making. If a Primark shop with me sneaks in there, then I assure you right here and now, that was because I was feeling like making a Primark shop with me. I am not going to buy anything just to make a video. I'm not going to go anywhere just to make a video. I have turned down so many sponsorships and gifted item things in the past couple of months because just like that feels really disingenuous to me. Really, really. And I didn't want to accept something and then be like, oh, I happen to be making this video. Also, here's a sponsor. It's just, the whole thing is, ugh, I hate it. I hate all of it. But I'm gonna find a new way through, a new way to do this because I do miss it. So okay, I think I'm probably going to just put this up like this. I'm not even gonna edit it. I'm just gonna upload it straight from my phone. So enjoy this very old school, whatever we call it. It's an old school format, isn't it? Just chat, post it. I used to do that. I used to so enjoy it. I used to post like multiple videos a day because I loved it. I was obsessed. When I first started YouTube, it was everything. I was just like video after video. I was like, oh my God, and then I'm going to talk about this. And then immediately post it straight away, straight from my phone, no editing, nothing. And way back when, you had to keep your video under 10 minutes. And because you couldn't easily edit them, like you can edit a video on your phone now, because you couldn't easily edit them, you had to actually keep an eye. Like it didn't even have like a timer. Oh God, memories. Anyway, that's what I'm really feeling. I'm really feeling like 2010 YouTube. I'd like to bring that back, please. And yeah, having 2010 YouTube, but with like some slightly higher quality equipment and editing software. Thanks for again, I'm 37 minutes now. There's no way. If you're still watching, I apologize that you've sat through this, and I'm really sorry if you put this on and you have been in a situation where you can't skip it or turn it off. Like if you're in the bath, I'm really sorry. I apologize. This is probably the dullest video you've ever watched, but here we are. Right, okay, I'm going. But thank you for sticking with me, and I'll be back soon with something of more interest.